between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Jackson from the shotgun. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the Giants send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Let's go! Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. They find some open field here. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. It's a gain of 35.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the... That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
They go play action now. Jackson steps in, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Let's get off the field,
From the gun, Jackson looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. On 1st down, Pollard. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
From the gun on 3rd down, Grimes flush to his right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brings up third down and 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
It's just me and you.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, Grimes. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Step, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Just like that. Go. 7, Mike, 7. Here we go. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. You.
Jackson now, throwing again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you go. Single receiver.
Mike 7. Go. Mike 7.
On third down, Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a first and 10. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard, making it third and 9. Off the play fake. Grimes. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 16.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Jumper.
Looking to throw. Grimes. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Strong right. 4 down. Big dash. Come. 25.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here.
But trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Off play action. Grimes. He finds his man Johnson. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Check, nickel, nickel, nickel. Kill. Chest.
Now they try the right side here. He's got a first down and more past the 30. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. 83 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw, I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
56, the mic, boys, 56.
To throw again. Grimes. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Right there, 56. Hey, pick your game up. Orbit. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Yup. Let's see what you got. 56 to Mike. 56 is
Throwing on first down. Grimes. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Grimes. Complete. It's Johnson. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The kick by Marr is good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready.
At their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. They'll run on first down. Pollard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Grimes. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Trump. Hey, Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Give me something. Here we go. You ain't got nothing.
From the gun on 3rd down. Grimes. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
Here we go. Pittsburgh. Target. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
On 1st and 10. Grimes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, down at the 33. This one caught by Ridley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Johnson's got it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 19 yards away as his guys continue to pour it on. A diving catch for the score he laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He's checking. Crash. Check. Fresno. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now a handoff looking right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. This is Tate. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The end result, 21 yards. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Grimes, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Back to throw. Grimes. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 3...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Marr now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throwing is Jackson. And Tate's got it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play. 7, Mike, 7.
Now Jackson operating from the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
65, 65, 65. Mike 7. Ready. Mike 7. I got one. Mike 7, Mike 7.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jalen Smith, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 15.
Mike 7. Mike 7. Check safety. Check safety. Hey, go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Mike 7. Mike 7.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. They're on the defensive side of the ball, though.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Jackson on 1st down. He completes it to Tate. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Strong left. Everyone got four down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Second and 3 at the 9-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Check three. Kill.
Step, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. We've seen this already from him in this game. Second time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Come on, Shaq. He's scared. Hey, we got tight right. Hey.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Here we go. Yeah. Smoke. Shoot up.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all.
And my goodness, another interception. picked off at the 49. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
We got 4. We got 4. Watch 17. Watch 17. Shoot. Say. Tighten up. Check. Check out, bro. Undercrush.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Julian Love picks it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Seven's a Mike. Mike 7. Let's go one more. 7's a Mike. Check pass.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jalen Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Dallas, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.